What's up, guys? What's good? What's new? How you guys been? What's the word? It's been a hot minute. It's been exactly a month since my last stream. I'm gonna be honest, hitting the go live button was stressful. More stressful than it should be. Sometimes it'd be like that. What's good? What's going on? Thanks for streaming in an Australian friendly time. What is it, like super early in the morning for you? Okay, so what's the little face? This is my first time being on since I've seen like the little engage with your audience. Nope, that's not it. The little hearts and the emojis and stuff. Quality looks amazing. Is this a new room? New cam in this room? No, kind of. I really think it's more like the space is filling out. I'm figuring out the lighting. I think that's what's doing it. But thank you, by the way. Like this wall is slowly filling out. I've got 3 more of these to put up. I just need pictures for it. I have the foam. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. I've got the foam, I've got the frames, I built the frames. I just need to get all 4 put up. Last night, this way. Last night I grabbed a butcher block and I cut it in half. And so we're gonna make 2 shelves in the back there because I have a desk full of cameras. Look at this. 2 cameras, extra lenses put up where they're not supposed to go. Another camera right here. Like just stuff out the wazoo that needs a place to go. I want to put my battery charging station back there. It's just the stream. This room's starting to come together. This room's starting to come together. Remember this room was just empty? It wasn't that long ago. This room was just empty. Remember that? You having a good day? Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of stress lately. Making change is stressful. You expect like, once I make this change, life is gonna be good. And like, you jump into making the changes, and the changes is like the hardest part out of all of it. So you gotta build entirely new systems, new infrastructure. Are those AirPods pink? This one is. I've got a blue one in there. Lighting is so much better. Yeah, lighting is started working. I put a light on that wall. Got some greenery. Got some shelves. Got some stuff. It's coming together. It's coming together. Getting the shelf on that back wall is going to be huge. So out of curiosity and camera envy, how many cameras do you have at Senpai? Like, how many cameras do we use? Or how many cameras just are there? Because just talking about how many cameras there are is shameful. I mean, are we including GoPros? Are we just talking like mirrorless cameras? Like DSLRs and mirrorless? Are we talking webcams? Define camera, and I'll answer your question. Finishing building a small film studio today for the school curriculum. Oh, dope. Get some RGB. I like this room to be RGB-less. Maybe if I can find like a real classy way. Like I plan on using, like there's a light up there right behind the greenery, right behind the plant, and it is an RGB bulb. I just need it to reach the outlet, and then we'll have that on as like a nice practical accent light. Everything, I'm eliminating the, okay, let me just, separately. Stream room has, let's just start with this. I use 4 main cameras that all have like a slightly different purpose, okay? And so like this one, for example, this is the A7 IV. I use this here because I can go directly it's plugged in USB into my Thunderbolt hub all the time. Because if I turn it on, I plug it in that way, I can use it as a webcam. I don't need a capture card. I don't need a bajillion things plugged into it. I have a USB plugged into my Thunderbolt hub, and that charges the camera and it grabs the signal. One cable, which is amazing. And so, and because I probably do like 10 video calls a week. And so having a camera that's here, but then it's also good enough that, and it's like a good angle that I can shoot videos on. I've been shooting a video right now. I got to finish filming maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, depending on how quickly other stuff gets done. Once I'm like, I can shoot videos on this camera. It's good enough that it can be my webcam. It's placed well that it can be, can do a million things. So, okay, so A7 IV. This is like my run and gun, my go vlogging, move wherever I want cinema camera. This is the FX3. Right now it's got the 35 mil on it that I bought myself for Christmas and I love. Our main camera for Senpai gaming stuff is the A1. Right now it's on a vertical stand because we're shooting shorts with it. But this is the A1. We use this one because it shoots in 8K. We don't use it for like run and gun stuff because it doesn't have a flip out screen, so I can't like shoot myself very well. But the A1 we use it because it shoots 8K, so we can shoot it. We can do pretty crazy zoom ins and still export in complete 4K without losing any kind of resolution. So A1 is what we shoot for all of our Senpai gaming stuff. And then again, this is the A7S III, which was my camera prior to this one. They're basically the same camera. This one just has a little bit more functionality. I bought them both for two different purposes, and that purpose has changed over the years. But A7S III, and right now, just to keep two different functionalities, I have this one on a tripod so I can keep this one for more handheld, move around, quick stuff, and this can be like set up in the corner on a tripod. It's really for convenience. This one's not needed, but it does help, and I have it. That is like 95% of what the cameras being used are. In the stream room, I've got I repurposed old cameras that I don't use anymore. Like my, the two previous cameras I used like 3-4 years ago were the Sony EOS R, Canon EOS R and RP. Those are my two streaming cameras, and the R used to be my main camera when I shot in 1080p. That's crazy. Just like 3 years ago, I shot in 1080p, and now we shoot in 8K. 16 times the pixels. That's nuts. But so that's EOS R and RP are on the streaming room in the other room next door. And as well as I bought two used original A7Ss. They're like 10-year-old cameras. I just bought them used, and they're set up. Actually, the main one is the A7S because it still shoots in 4K. But in order to get like high quality full frame 4K on a stream, like a permanent stream setup, I just bought some old used A7Ss for cheaper than most of you guys got some other cameras. Still rocking the A7 III, dude, that's a solid camera. You're saying I should get a Sony? I shifted from, I've used a lot of Sonys lately. You kind of have to be in one ecosystem. Canon does a lot of great stuff too. Sony does a lot of great stuff. It's just kind of what suits your needs. I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. But a lot of Sony's focusing has been, like I'd say if there's a slight difference in emphasis, I would say Sony, no, they got a lot of great photo stuff too, but I would say Sony has some features that are geared towards content creators and video making, like YouTube video making a little bit more. But they both do great things. They both do unbelievable things compared to what they did 4 years ago. It's insane how much the technology's improved. The only thing about the N50 is that I have to plug it in via USB and capture card to bypass the 30-minute power saver. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that's finally going away, but I can't believe it took this long. It's nuts that that's still a thing on some cameras. Did they change that with the M50 Mark II? I don't remember. I know Canon's newest cameras don't do that, like the Canon R6 Mark II doesn't do that. So it looks like that's not going to be a thing moving forward, but on some cameras, even relatively recently, it's still a thing. That's bonkers. A7R2 picked up on eBay for $800. That's dope. I'm trying to think. All right, someone asked me earlier, like, what's some new StreamBeat stuff? And I'm always trying to like monitor, like, what can I talk about What's gonna be giving away too many secrets? There's also Lumix when you don't need autofocus. Dude, having a camera that doesn't have autofocus for dude, I'm glad Panasonic's fixing their autofocus issues with their newest cameras, but I could never say to someone, if you don't need like, I have cameras that don't use autofocus in my stream room, but like, I would never suggest that to someone. It's sketcy. Self-imposed NDA. Well, we got some big stuff coming out. We got something coming out end of this month that I'm super pumped about. Streambeats stuff. Just hired someone new for Streambeats. You guys want to know what's going on with Streambeats? Streambeats has been, we've been kind of exploring a lot. I've always wanted to be the guy that's not afraid to take risks and try new things. And if something's not working or something's not working as well as I think another thing will work, be willing to make the change rather than, no, hang on to this as long as we can, you know? But like, so not 2022, but 2021, we released a new Streambeats release every 2 weeks. Sometimes it was 2 albums every 2 weeks. I think most of them were at least 2 albums. It was nuts. We were releasing so much music. And at the beginning of the year, every time we released a new album, we'd see a spike. And we did giveaways with every single one of them, and every single one of those changed something. Halfway through the year, 2/3 of the way through the year, the releases and the giveaways stopped making any impact on our listenership. We were spending hours and hours, weeks of time, spending thousands of dollars pumping new music into this library for people to not really care that we were doing it. And doing giveaways and spending a ton of money on giveaways that weren't adding any extra listenership and weren't returning the value of those giveaways. By the way, D-Snide, thank you for the 20 months. Welcome back. Mots, thank you for the 20 months. Thank you, guys. It was this weird thing where like we were putting a ton of time, we were killing ourselves to get this done. We were releasing a ton of music and it didn't seem to be what the people really wanted. And so last year we decided, let's make a change. Let's take a shot. Let's focus more on quality over quantity. Let's release some singles. Let's do some high production stuff. Let's build a recording studio. And we've worked with some incredibly talented people. We ran into another problem that I wasn't expecting. It's been an awesome year. We've got some big things still coming out. We had Fuslie in the studio, we had Toronto in the studio. We worked with Lily Pichu, working with a couple other people. We've got some songs that are done that are amazing that aren't released yet. We're working on those. We're finishing those up and getting those ready. And one we didn't see a huge impact with those. But 2, we've already kind of maxed out our pool. We've had a couple songs that have reached a massive audience. Toronto's song already has 2 million streams, which is nuts. But for a lot of the times we release the songs and it's the understanding of like, hey, it's up to both us. We're creating this song. It's up to the creator to really hype it up. And sometimes they don't do that. Sometimes they just release it to their core audience. Like they release it on stream and they show it off and then they don't really talk about it. And therefore we've done a lot of work and nobody knows, and just in general, like we're still working with a lot of these incredibly talented people, but the pool of creators that have a reach to make it worth the effort, but also are musically talented to make sure the song is high quality is pretty small. And for the most part, like I've reached out to a couple large creators like, hey, we should do a song together. It'd be really fun. And they're like, I don't really want to do music, which is fair. That's totally their choice. They're allowed to do that. And so we're making some shifts this year. The main thing is I wanted to take Streambeats to the next level in terms of the product itself. So, you guys following so far? Is this making sense? Am I just rambling? What's 2 million streams, like 2 cents? No, we make like a quarter of a penny per play. So 2 million streams would be about $5,000. We're with you so far? Both, it's making sense and I'm rambling. No, I'm just thinking through it. It's been, hopefully this is like interesting insight. This is going to fall over. Would you recommend the A7 IV, the R6 Mark II? I know Sony has more megapixels, but it doesn't do full frame 4K 60. That is the reason that I have a hard time recommending the A7 IV to a lot of people. It doesn't do 4K 60 full frame, which was a huge bummer. I was going to make it my main camera, but it doesn't do 4K 60, and that was a deal breaker for me. So it doesn't do 4K 60 full frame. I need to make sure I'm saying that. Braven, thank you for the 20 months. Croco Kyle, thank you for the 20 months. Brendan, thank you for the 8 months. Kiyoshi, thank you for the 10 months. Anyway, so this year, we're realizing like what we need to, some of our best songs. We have a song, by the way. We have a song that, this is not bright enough. One sec. Oh, actually, it was fine. I don't know what I was talking about. We have a song that's probably my favorite song that we've made. And it hasn't been released yet. It's been done. There's a whole, I can't talk about why. We're releasing it soon. We're saving it for a big project that we're releasing probably close to the end of this year. And this song will come out with it. And it'll probably be one of the best songs we've released. We'll have some other really good songs, hopefully even better songs than that between now and then. We've got some things lined up. In fact, I know one that might even be better than it. But anyway, we've got this song that I've been in love with, that we've been sitting on since 2021. A year and a half, I think. It's killing me. Super good. And, but the thing is, we didn't have a creator. I guess we did, but we didn't have a gaming creator. We didn't have like a Twitch creator sing on it. We had an old YouTube connection. I don't want to say, I'm trying to be cryptic here because I don't want to give anything away until it's out. But an old YouTube friend who's she's one of the most amazing singers ever. And she sang on it, and it's amazing. We're like, we need to do more of this stuff. We need to make songs collaborate with creators on the songs. The creator make content, or like who wants to, let's say we partnered with like VTubers, like, hey, do you want to make an amazing VTube like anime? Like, you've got a huge release for a new line coming out at the end of the year. Let's build a song with the vibe around your audience. Let's release a Stream Beats Originals track. Let's put it behind. Let's make it your track. Like, let's make this the track for your content, but it's still a Stream Beats track, so you guys can use it however you want. But we're not limited by, if singing's not your thing. Well, it's not like, okay, well then we can't make a good song because you're not into singing, and if you sing on it, it's gonna sound bad. Like, we'll have someone else sing it. We'll make a song around your content, something amazing. We'll collaborate. It's basically turning into a collaboration. Stream Beats collaborating with artists to make just amazing songs. Stream Beats collaborating with YouTubers, and we have complete control. I mean, by that I mean like in terms of the production and the voice and everything. We're not limited by who can sing and who can't sing. So, super excited about that. Like, let's partner with creators who want a song and want to build content around a song, but don't want to sing or can't sing, and we'll do it anyway. And we'll get fantastic singers on it. If I have a faceless gaming channel, should I use a PNG or GIF or VTube to make up for the lack of humanity? That's really up to you. Any of those works. That's a creative decision. I have the Canon SL1, but it doesn't have clean HDMI. Oh yeah, the SL2 was the first one that did that. It doesn't have clean HDMI and only allows recording for 30 minutes. The main thing I want to use it for is video. I don't want to spend that much money. Any suggestions? Yeah, people who are on a pretty serious budget, because Sony has had a lot of those features, even in their low-end cameras for a while, like the A5100. Is definitely I don't want to say a low end, in terms of mirrorless, it's about as low end as you can get while still having all the features. But it's 5-ish years old, and it was on the low end 5 years ago. But it has all the features you want, and if you're looking for, like, if you can find a used A5100, I mean, you're talking $1 to $2, like maybe somewhere between $150 and $300 for a good camera that can be used for streaming. You can record as long as you want. It overheats a little bit when you're recording. That might be a problem. But if you're already limited on time anyway, it's not really much of a change. Anthony Goodley, welcome to thank you for the 20 months. Sahaj Bang, welcome to the Thrifty Boys. We're going to stream a couple times on Twitch this week. I'm really pumped about that. We'll be streaming on Twitch. I think this room will be the YouTube stream room and the other room will be the Twitch room for the most part. Hello, Mr. Hypocrite, about multi-streaming. Glad you finally came to your senses. I know it was a hard pill to swallow. Admit that you were wrong. Hold on, I gotta ban someone. No, I think there's finally a good reason to multi-stream for the first time. For the first time. And I'm happy about it. I'm excited. Which, by the way, I'm trying to figure out what I can say that won't give away too much. We got something for you guys coming soon. Like end of this month, beginning of next month. I'm so excited. It's a pretty big announcement. Like, all I'm saying is, all those people argued with me. Still, zero. There's not been a single person who has grown by multi-streaming to YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and whatever. Not a single time did anyone ever benefit from it. 0%. I'd say that was right. But now there's something that actually makes sense. So I'm going to push it. I'm not going to stick to my gun. What did I say in the video? I'm not going to stick to my guns just because they're my guns. Change guns. There's a new gun. A new gun came out. It's a better gun. Nothing wrong with upgrading your guns. A5100 is 9 years old now. No. How is the A5100 9 years old? Kill me. Kill me. Wait, why stream on Twitch again? I did a whole video on it. It was a video I posted. What was it, right before Christmas? Do you think it's fair you're required to have 1,000 followers to stream on TikTok? I think if you don't have 1,000 followers, there's not going to be much of a reason for you to stream on TikTok. I think so. I think streaming is, the infrastructure behind streaming is incredibly expensive. And so by weeding out the people who are going to stream to know people and going to just basically cost them money, I think that's probably, like, for TikTok's sake, I think it's a smart, I think they're learning from Twitch. I think it's a positive attitude. You don't need to die on a hill just for the sake of it. I'll 100% agree with that. Nax, thank you for the 20 months. The not having an easier way to get a stream key is annoyance. I agree. I got to see, I think someone said, I'm trying to remember who it was. I think someone said to me they had a way, potentially someone who might be able to help me get a stream key. We got something big, guys. We got something big. I'm excited. Should I keep waiting for Elgato to get their production line running for a Facecam Pro or get the Insta360 now? Well, I think those are two completely different applications. Does the Insta360 have 4K 60 FPS? Which are you talking about the Insta360 webcam? Oh, you're talking about I was thinking the 360 camera, the Insta360 Link. No, the Insta360 Link does 4K 30. It does not do 4K 60. But it depends. The image quality is fantastic. The field of view is pretty narrow. Are you okay with that? Do you need the motors in it, or are you just buying it for a nice webcam? Because if that's the case, you're spending a lot of money on something you're not going to use. Did you ever sell a course on creation? Thought about it. Thought about, as we're making a lot of shifts this year, kind of taking all the information that we've put out over the course of a couple of years. I mean, there is a benefit to having everything you need to know in an organized course that you can watch through from start to finish. Like, that's a thing. I've been learning After Effects the last week, and I've been watching it on Skillshare. I pay for a Skillshare. I know there's a ton of info. I've used YouTube. I've been using a lot of YouTube, but I pay for Skillshare because there is definitely an added benefit to having everything there. So yeah, I've thought about it. It's on my mind of like really organizing everything together. Like, hey, you want to start streaming. Here is everything you need to know. From start to finish. I don't know why Stream Elements keeps timing you out. It might be because of the emotes, maybe? I don't know. That's weird. If you sold a course on creation, you would make billions? I doubt it. I think I have so much free information. And by the way, just so you know, if I ever did that, it would in no way stop me from making free videos. Looking for some kind of stream deck but not going to use it to stream with? What do you recommend? I don't know what you are going to use it for. I know you're not going to use it for streaming. What are you going to use it for? The Stream Deck Plus has by far been my favorite stream deck, and it's not close. Like, just the versatility of having buttons, a touchscreen, and dials is unreal. YouTube is a great start, but actual course is great once you have the knowledge. Yeah, I mean, I think I've gone through now like 10 hours of Skillshare stuff on After Effects, and I have the basics down for it. I can use After Effects. I have a lot I need to learn. I need to watch a bajillion more YouTube videos on every single, like how to use fractal noise. Like, that's such an amazing plugin, and I have no idea how to use it. So I need to watch a YouTube video on everything you can do with fractal noise. But like, I went through and did like step by step. I watched, I think it was a 5-hour beginner course on After Effects, and I built a whole animated thing with a teacher. Like, it was huge. For Spotify and Discord and stuff, oh, then definitely the Stream Deck Plus. The one where you can just crank the dials. Like, check this out. I'm gonna change the volume of Spotify. Ooh, so clean, so easy. Which reminds me, I need to change how many, what's that called again? The step size. I like to be, you guys ever notice you can mess with your step size when you're turning the dial? So like every click on the dial has a different, it's set by default to be plus or minus 1. So every time you turn the dial, it's 1%. But then if you want to turn it up, you go, you can turn it to plus or minus 3. Which is such a more practical amount of change. Mess around with the step size. I found that the other day. Oh my gosh. Should I sell my Go XLR or Beacon for Stream Deck Plus? Go XLR for Beacon or Stream Deck Plus. Depends. Is there features that you can't do on your Go XLR that those other ones can, and do you have the budget for it? If it's to do it just to have it, no, that's a giant waste of money. You familiar with the R7? I'm using the R, thinking of switching to the R7 for streaming and photography. The R7, is that their $1,500 crop APS-C camera? I've used the R10, but I've never used the R7. By the way, I'm gonna share with you guys some secrets. I've been debating this whole time in the back of my mind, what am I willing to share? Stream beat stuff. So I told you guys what we did in 2021, 2022, some of the stuff we're doing in 2023. I've just hired someone new. We are diving back into creating bulk music releases and beefing up our library again, which we didn't do almost any of in 2022. We focused entirely on singles in 2022. 2023, we are adding a ton of music to Stream Beats again. We're working on the first release right now. I think one of the problems was when we were releasing them every 2 weeks, they just got easy to ignore. Like, oh cool, another album. Oh cool, another 2 albums. Every 2 weeks, there's another one. I kind of numbed you guys to it. We're gonna be releasing them every quarter. So we've got 2.5 months until our first aim. That's when we're aiming for our first release. It's a lot of music. It's been needed music. And I'm going to want feedback from you guys of what music we're looking for. I'm always interested because as soon as we release it, we're getting started on the next release. And I need to know like what playlists are lacking, what genres are missing. And I hear funk a lot. I have no idea what funk is. I gotta look up funk. I want more originals. We're definitely doing a lot of originals. That was the thing that I was mentioning before this, that we're making an adjustment in our originals strategy that's going to allow us to put out much higher quality stuff, and it's going to remove some of our limits. When our pool was talented content creators that have a large reach, because I mean the effort put into these singles is massive. It has to get a lot of listens. Otherwise, it is a giant. I'm burning money. I'm burning money at that point. Like making an original and releasing it and everything around it is incredibly expensive. And that's like literally people I can count on my hands. And we've already worked with most of them. Most of them we're still working with, but like, let's get some new blood, you know? So adjusting that strategy a little bit, and we're really excited about that. So this year it's gonna be, here's what I think it's gonna be. More regular stream, like massive drops for regular Stream Beats music and better singles. And I think it feels a little more balanced this year. I personally wanna work on rock and metal. I'm trying to clear up time for me to actually enjoy playing the guitar again, which I haven't been able to do. So fingers crossed. What's up, Exceldro? How you doing, man? And then one other thing with Stream Beats. On top of just being the best music for content creators to use and listen to, the product needs to be better. The product needs to be more convenient. The product needs to be easier to share and still needs to resolve some problems. One of the problems that I have is that, well, let me be more super transparent with it. Here's a problem that a lot of people have. I get tweets every day. Hey, I was using Stream Beats on my Twitch stream, and when it was done, I got a notification that it violated, that there were some copyrighted songs, and it muted some of my VOD. What's the deal with that? I thought your stuff was copyright free. Here's the deal. Almost 100% of the time, if you go in and you look at it and you look at the song that was taken, well, I would say 90% of the time, it's because someone listened to a fake Stream Beats playlist, or someone finished a Stream Beats playlist and didn't set it to, like my right now, I forgot to set it to loop. I didn't turn on repeat. So as soon as this playlist ends, it's gonna go play someone else. And that's not copyright free. That is 99% of the time. It goes and plays a non-Stream Beats song once the playlist is over. That's usually what happens. Beyond that, if it is a Stream Beats song, 99% of the time it's a Stream Beats song. It's, Twitch is wrong. Twitch has muted it, and it wasn't, and it thought it was a different track. So those are two problems that we're having. People listening to the wrong Stream Beats stuff, or Twitch mistaking it for something else. So, sounds like both of those problems need to be resolved. It'd be really easy for me to sit back and be like, you know what? Neither of those are my faults. I'm gonna let that happen because neither of them are my problem. But I think we can come up with a solution to it. And at the end of the day, that's what being an entrepreneur is. If we can resolve this problem, that makes Stream Beats even better and makes it easier to use and makes it the service that more people want to use. And so we've got a resolution for people not fixing their mistakes and Twitch not being willing to fix their mistakes. I can't tell you what it is. It's kind of big. I'm really excited about it. New year, new thumbnail? I need a thumbnail artist. I actually just started working with an artist yesterday, 2 days ago. Maybe he can make me a new thumbnail for the Twitch, for the YouTube streams. I can never find the real Stream Beats on YouTube Music. Yeah, it's because our distributor sucks. I need to reach out to him and be like, what's the deal? We're paying you to do this. Why aren't you doing this? So, we'll see. What's up, Sarah? How are you doing? Yeah, no, YouTube Music, for some reason, we have a hard time getting, our distributor doesn't properly put it. We had like millions of plays on Ambient Gold, and when we switched to our new distributor, not only do we lose all of those plays, but now that all of our stuff isn't on YouTube. They're so bad. They're awful. I'm going back to DistroKid as soon as I can. It would be also cool to have a feature where you could say, give me a Streambeats download of blank minutes. Easy creating backing track. I don't understand what that means, Ken Ross. I was gonna say, didn't you recently switch distros? We switched about a year ago. And it was probably one of the worst decisions I've made in my life. And I don't mean like, oh, it was a bad decision. Like actually one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my life. That's not exaggeration. I can't really talk about why yet. But it's been it's been one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my life. I'll get into it as soon as I can. Which will probably be in like 2 years. But I'll get into it. Did you guys get anything fun for Christmas though? Any like content creation? Even if you like, did you buy yourself something? Did someone get you something for Christmas? Some content stuff? I got, I treated myself for Christmas. I got myself a lens, dude, that I'm super pumped about. It's an 85 mil. Can we talk about like cameras and lenses here for a sec? Is it just me? I love talking cameras. I got a 15-key Stream Deck and Elgato Facecam. Dude, that's sick. That's a good combo. Got myself some better lights. Dude, lighting is huge. Lighting is more important than the camera. Yo, Kevin, thank you for the 20 months. I hope you and your family are well. Also, I can't change my back to Angel for 14 days. Kevin Durant's burner. Thank you for the 20 months, Angel. Welcome back, brother. So here's the deal. Let's talk about content creators and their cameras real quick. If you look at like a professional vlogger, like someone who goes out and does, let's look at Peter McKinnon, okay? Peter McKinnon runs, for the most part, I don't know if he's changed it recently, but for the most part runs 2 main lenses. He has the typical vlogging lens is a 16-35. I've got one right here. I got 2 right here. I've got 3 right here. A Canon one and 2 Sony ones. Here are my 2 Sony ones. Got the standard 16-35. This is the f2.8. It's a fantastic lens. G Master, you got that little golden G on there. I love this lens. It's great. It's got an ND filter on the front of it. And then I wanted to test out their new little their power zoom one. Where is it? There we go. The 16-35. This thing is so light and so tiny. It's f4, but that's really its only setback. And it's power zoom, which is super dope. Love this thing. And then the third one's a Canon one up there, but that I don't use anymore. But yeah, 16-35. Peter McKinnon uses a 15-35 because that's what Canon has for their RF lenses. But he uses a 16-35, so good standard range. Let's go. 16-35 wide angle zoom lens for vlogging, and then a 50 mil that's a little bit more zoomed in. But it's like f1.2, crazy background blur, super cinematic stuff, right? So you got 16-35 for vlogging, and then for cinematic stuff, a 50 mil. And you've got a gap between 35 and 50, but that's pretty normal. So nothing wrong with having a gap between 35 and 50. All right, that's like a standard cinematic stuff. Standard cinematic vlogging setup, right? This is my vlogging lens. This is usually on this camera. In fact, I'm gonna swap. Let me just build real quick. Let's build the vlogging setup. There we go. This is my standard vlogging setup, right? So this is a 12-24. So for those of you who don't know about lenses, that numbers, when I say 12-24, that's talking about how zoomed in it is, okay? So the lower the number, the more wide angle, the more zoomed out it is. I'd show you, but I can swap. You guys want me to swap the lens real quick? Let's swap the lens. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This will be a demonstration. I think these things are fun. All right, because this is a prime lens on here. This one doesn't zoom. This one's a 20 mil. Let me swap these out. This is gonna go all white for a second. And I just made the camera crooked. I did not have this very tight. It's my bad. Okay. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna have to close up the aperture because it's so washed out. Okay. So this is a 12 mil. So you can see how much wider this is now, how much more you can see, right? Super wide because it's 12. We just went from 20 that was on there before down to 12. The lower the number, the wider the zoom. The higher the number, the more zoomed in it is. So this is 12, 24, 12, 24. Does that make sense? You following now? I was at 20. Wait. Yeah, I was about right here. This is what we were at before. This is 20 mil, and the camera's still crooked, but it is what it is. Hold on, I gotta get this straight. This is what we were at before. This is 12. This is 20. Okay. I'm gonna switch it back though. Let's go back to the 20. Chotomate kudasai. There we go. Okay. This is back to our 20. At what point does it start distorting your face? Distortion on the face is actually very little to do with the lens as long as it's a good lens. Distortion has to do with how close to the lens you are. So I can be all the way out at 12 mil. From this far out, there's gonna be zero distortion on my face. If I get to here, and it's still wide enough to actually see my whole face, that's when you start to get distortion. Because now you start to get that close perspective where you're basically looking at a completely different angle on different parts of your face. You'll get distortion on your face on the 12 mil if you're out at the edge. That's when even on the 20, you can see my hand is starting to get elongated out here. But anyway, okay. So we've established, let's review here. We've established typical vlogging POV, focal length, 16 to 35. I have gone a little extra wide. I'm going 12 to 24. So 16, 35, moving the widest part from 16 down to 12. And instead of going all the way into 34 or 35, I'm only going into 24. So I'm going extra wide on the vlogging side. Then we've got this 85. This is my new like cinematic zoom in lens. But where most people do 50 mil, I've got 85, which is zoomed in even further. I did some research. I like the 85. It's got a different look. 50 mil is pretty, I don't want to say generic because it's beautiful. But we've all seen 50 mil all day. 85 is something new. It's a little harder to use, and I want to learn how to use it, but it makes some really incredible shots. So I want to learn to use this 85 as my cinematic zoomed in stuff, right? But now we have this problem where most people have 16 to 35, 16 over here, 35 right here, and 50, with a little bit of a gap right here between 35 and 50. I went 12 to 24, 12 all the way over here, 24 here, and then 85 here. So I've got a gap between 24 and 85 where I've got nothing. I can get anything between 24 and 85. So I thought, you know what? Just in case I need something between those two, I went out and picked up a 35. And that 35 is different. 50 and 85 kind of look the same. They're just slightly different, but you get the same kind of shots with them. They're both basically portrait lenses. 35 is wide enough that it's a different shot, but I don't have anything cinematic and wide. So now I've got 12 to 24 for vlogging, 35 for wide cinematic, and 85 for zoomed in cinematic. And I'm kind of pumped about it. I got to really test it out. We're going to Japan in 90 days. And we're going to see, I'm going to really do some cinematic vlogging out there, see what that looks like. Slight audio delay. Check. You're right. that about? Let me try quitting Wavelength and opening it up. Because I'm seeing it in OBS too. I'm seeing it when it's picking it up. Give me one sec. This might ruin the audio. Okay, how about now? Is that better? It looks like it fixed it. Still have any delay? Big brain. I wonder if for some reason swapping the lens caused that. It shouldn't. But weird. All right. Problem solved. How's dad life treating you? Dude, she's 14 months old and she's got so much personality. It's exhausting. I respect her mother so much. But she's so much fun. The highs are high, the lows are low. She's fantastic. It was delayed prior to lens stock. Okay, interesting. So anyway, that's kind of the plan between the two. Got usually, again, just for a review here. Usually, there's a 16 to 35, and we're gonna say, pretend this is a 50. 16 to 35 for wide vlog stuff, 50. So this does this area, this wide angle gap, and this does the narrow 50 mil cinematic stuff. I went extra wide on the wide end and extra narrow on the narrow end. Actually, this is the 85. So super wide, super narrow, and picked up a 35 mil to kind of bridge the gap in between. But I got 3 lenses. She just ordered another one today. Dude, I ordered an anamorphic lens today. You guys know what anamorphic lenses are? I'm so pumped about it. I can't stop thinking about it. Gonna see if we can make some weird stuff with it. 12 to 18 months is the most fun. See, I hear different things from everybody. I just had someone tell me the other day that 12 to 18 or 12 to 16-ish is like the hardest because they try to kill themselves at every turn. They can finally walk. She started walking, by the way. She just started walking everywhere. She's pretty slow, and she's been able to like take steps now for like 4 months, but she's finally started using walking as her primary mode of transportation, which is really exciting. Those are all full frame? Yeah, all these cameras are full frame. For the most part, I don't really use any crop sensor cameras. I have a family friend who knows that is 11 that knows English, Turkish, Bulgarian fluent and is learning Japanese. You want to talk to him in Japanese? Yeah, have him toss some stuff in chat. See how well I do. Why not 24 to 70 f2.8? That's a good question. I've got the 24 to 70. I've got a Sigma 24 to 70 2.8. I wanted a prime lens. I wanted something that was sharper. I wanted my cinematic stuff to be I've been obsessed with prime lenses lately. Like having for those of you who don't know, okay, look. This is called a zoom lens because it zooms in from 24 to 20, from 12 to 24. You got multiple levels of zoom. This is a prime lens. This is a 20 mil. It's only 20 mil. It doesn't do anything other than 20 mil. This is a prime lens. This is an 85 mil. It only does 85. But look at this. Look at this. You ready for this? Watch the little rings on the inside here. Ready? It went from that. Hold on. I'm trying to get a good shot of it. Look at that. Look how wide open that gets. Look how much light you're letting in on the shot. How blurry the background's gonna be. You're gonna get that amazing bokeh. It's harder to use. It's harder to use a prime lens because you're stuck with a single focal length. But it does that focal length so well. It is the best 85 you'll possibly get. Like a 50 mil, you could go with a 24 to 70. That's got 50 in there. But 24 to 70 is going to get you only 2.8. This is going to get you all the way down to 1.4. Those 50 mils get you down to 1.2. You get a crazy wide open aperture. You can use them at night. You can use them in low light stuff. You get that super blurry background. You get such a more cinematic look out of them. So you only have that one focal length, but it gets that focal length so well. It does the best at that focal length. Hiragana, hold on, I'm pretty slow at reading Japanese. Hiragana mo shitemasu ka? Oh, can I also do hiragana? Hai. Oh, do I know hiragana? Hai, shitemasu. ちょっと上手じゃないです。まだ上手じゃない。でも読めます。You have like a million cameras? I do have too many cameras. We've also like, it's just a matter of like, I do this for a living. This is my job. And so I'll have this camera and another one will come out that'll have a feature that'll be like, that's amazing. Not only do I want to take a look at this and make a video on this, but it'll help my content creation. We just finished a brand deal. We can afford it. Let's pick it up kind of thing. And then you just accumulate them over time. It's like how guitarists have like 20 guitars. Like, why do you need 20 guitars? You only play one at a time. Well, they just accumulate when it's what you do 90% of your time. I understand why you jump on an 85 looking for a Canon 35 f1.4 Mark II used in Sweden. They're completely sold out at the moment. Dude, it's become one of my new favorite lenses. So this 35 mil is so, again, let's take a look at, it's not 85, so it's not gonna be as wide, but like, here, hold on. See if I can get, there we go. Ooh. Hold on, make sure my face doesn't show. I love those wide apertures. Looks good, man. Sony, those are pricey. I know, I splurged a little bit, but I just picked up, it's coming in Friday. It's coming in 6 days. I just picked up an anamorphic lens. For those of you who don't know, that's how films are shot. It's why films are so wide. You don't just, when films are super wide, they're not cropping the top and bottom. Like, you know, my YouTube videos or even this stream is a little bit wide. I'm just cropping it. You can see it, look. I still have footage underneath and above. I'm literally just, I'm just cropping it. You crop out some of the image, you lose some of the information. Those ones, they actually will squeeze in the footage and they'll fit more footage. Like it'll be stretched tall. So if you look at the footage, it's actually stretched. Like if you see a face, the face will be super tall and then you squeeze it back down. And so you're getting all that extra sensor, you're getting all that extra light, all that extra information. And that's how you get those crazy, like the bokeh looks totally different. You get those lens flares that look really cool. You get that super wide aspect ratio. Anyway, I just picked up an anamorphic lens. I want to try shooting some really cinematic stuff on it for videos. Should be fun. You have a bit of black? Oh, you're right. Thanks, Exceldro, appreciate it. Dude, I could talk lenses and cameras all day. It's so fun. It's an addiction, and I've had an addiction lately to prime lenses. Bought 2 for Christmas, bought the 85 and then bought the 35. Kenzie and I went to Hawaii for 3 days, right after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's. And I bought a 35 mil in Hawaii. I wasn't planning on it. I went to the store to try to rent one, and I was like, but I really want this lens. So I had to come back, sorry, Kenzie, I bought a new lens. It is what it is. Gonna need a gear cage? No, I'm setting up. You can see I've got 2 pieces of wood on the ground there. I gotta mount them to the wall. I got 2 shelves to go underneath that big black thing there. I'm gonna put up some shelves there. Actually be able to put my gear somewhere in this room instead of just piling it up on my desk. I wish webcams were versatile. If they were to sell a webcam for the cost of a mirrorless, no one would buy it because you can. Well, at that point, if you were to make a webcam as versatile, it would cost as much as a mirrorless camera. And at that point, you just buy a mirrorless camera and you hook it up as a webcam, like I do. Unfiltered. Thank you for the 18 months. Says, enjoy every moment. My little man is about to graduate college in a few months. It goes by so fast. Much love, brother. She's learning a new word every day. Today, she learned the word coffee. She says Foffy, and it's the cutest thing ever. I was carrying her through the kitchen one night, right before I put her to bed, and there was a tray of rolls on the counter, and she looks at it, and she got so excited, and she was like, roll! I didn't know she knew that word. But apparently she knows roll, and she loves rolls. And that was just a surprise. Favorite lens for vlogging? Oh, the 12 to 24, absolutely. This thing is so cool. You can get such a neat shot. Nobody ever goes out that far. You rarely see people use 12 mil. And so you get really cool shots with it. It's not a common thing that you see on the internet. And that's why I went with 12 to 24, because I wanted my wide to be a little extra wide and have a unique shot. And that's why I went with 85. I wanted to try to learn something that might be a little bit more difficult, but you don't see very often. Basically I went with the extreme versions of what most people use. Missed my sub message. You're right, Tony. It's a whole year time. Oh, dude, 12 months. Whole year time flies. Here's a bowl of ramen, buddy. Same guy that made your Alpha Gaming logo made mine. What do you think? Oh, sick. Like the most recent, like the one on Fiverr, that does look like his work with the thin lines. I think it looks fantastic. Is it an octopus? It's really small on here. I can't tell what it is. With like an octopus with a T in the middle, or is that just what the shape happened to be? Teacher Kohi, that's what I said. She just learned coffee. Oh, teacher, the Japanese word. What kind of moisturizer do you use? Oh, what a great question. Guys, can I just ask you, I want to ask you this before I start talking about myself. What changes are you making in 2023? I didn't start right on January 1st. Some of them I started months ago. Some of them I started like a month ago, and then I'm working on some today right now. But let me see if I can fix this. This is driving me nuts. It's better. It's still crooked. It is what it is. I started a skincare regimen like a month or two ago. I asked Kenzie, like, can you go out and get me like a 3-step skincare process? I don't want to do more than 3, just 3. And so I have a morning and a night routine. There's only one thing different between each one, but I have face wash. I don't know what it's called. It's a moisturizing face wash. In the morning, morning and night, I use a face wash for both. I have like an under eye cream trying to get rid of the bags that are growing. The lighting makes this one look worse than it actually is. But hopefully the cream helps. Now the desk it was already misaligned. Oh my gosh, you guys. Can you leave me alone? I know, that's what was bugging me. Is that better? Dean, by the way, thank you for the 20 months. Welcome back. Octopus is my initial. Dude, it looks really good. It's clean. I love the gradient on there. That's a good color scheme. So I got a face wash that I use morning and night. I have an eye cream that I use morning and night. And then in the morning, I have a moisturizing. This is going to be crazy. I didn't realize this is a thing. Did you know you're supposed to use sunscreen every day? Every day, you're supposed to use sunscreen. I didn't know that. I didn't know that until I talked to, you guys know John Masayoshi? It's Quarter Jade's boyfriend. He told me that. I had a phone call with him to help him with camera stuff, and he told me that. It's fascinating. So in the morning, I have a moisturizing sunscreen, and in the evening, I have like a moisturizing like cucumber cream that smells amazing. Guys, if you're looking for a face cream, there's like this cucumber face cream that is just, oh my gosh, it like puts me to sleep. It's the most like cooling, refreshing. Refreshing is a good word for it. The most refreshing face cream ever. My wife went in there, talked to a dude. okay, my husband wants a face regimen. And he brought this cucumber thing. He's like, most guys, they're like, yeah, this is too girly. Like the cucumber face cream, that's not for me. My wife's like, no, he loves cucumber. He would be all about this. And the guy there was like, got a good one. And she was right. This thing, oh, I want to use it all day, every day. I just want my face to constantly smell, just always be smelling like cucumber. It's so nice. Moving from all gaming content to more IRL content, working on my fitness more, working on that promotion I've passed over for working on that promotion. Oh, I've been passed over for 3 times. Dude, good luck with that. And congrats on that. Dude, I've been working out twice a day for like 5 months now. That's been my big thing. And it's made a pretty significant difference. I'm maybe halfway, maybe a third of the way to where I want to where like I would consider being like back to where I was. It's been amazing how difficult it's been to get back to where I used to be. Your face looks thinner. I've noticed that significantly, like my jawline is starting to come back. It's still not where it once was, but my face has gotten thinner. My jawline's come back a little bit. So I'm happy about it. I'm really happy about the progress, and I've become addicted to it. I lift every morning, and honestly, as soon as I'm done with this stream, I'm gonna go take pre-workout and I'm gonna jump on the Peloton. In the evening, late afternoon, evening, I Peloton for 30 minutes. And I think my toxic trait, if I had a toxic trait, I'm pretty sure my toxic trait is thinking that Pelotoning for 30 minutes a day is eventually gonna make me a Super Saiyan. But I'm gonna keep doing it anyway. So, these have been all the changes I've been making. I've been working out twice a day, which is fantastic. I've been doing a skincare regimen, which is fantastic. I've started going to bed in the PM instead of like 3 or 4 in the morning. That was the dog forced me to do that, and the kid also forced me to do that, but that's been great. Making some big changes with content. You guys haven't really seen them yet, but we're working on them. I'm trying to develop my here's actually a big question for you guys. If you could define 2023, your goals for this year, if you could define it in a single word, what is it? Like, what would you call? I decided my word for this year is self. I've been so burnt out. I've been miserable. I've been stressed. I've been struggling hard. Red Bull, the reason I gained so much weight is Red Bull kept me alive, kept me moving. And so my word this year is self. Working on work-life balance. I've never had a work-life balance. Work has been my life for 4 years. And really, I want to enjoy work again. But it's been hard lately. Making a change. Transformation, happiness, consistency, ambition. See, ambition has been my word for 4 years, and it's still there. It's just not the first word anymore. Thought I heard someone behind me. I think it's the dog. Progress, transformation, flight. I want some insight into flight. By the way, Dean, thank you for the 20 months. Casey Harp, thank you for the 10 months. Welcome back. Frenzy, growth, consistency, push through adversity without any spaces. It's clever. Creative. I like the creativity there. Push through adversity. Patience. That's a good one. You gained weight, didn't notice? If you look at my videos from this summer versus my videos in 2019 or 2018, like when the channel took off, you'll see a massive difference. The big one. Actually, you want to see the one that displays my health deficit the most? Watch the interview I did with Tuanto. That was this past summer. No, it was almost a year ago. The interview with Tuanto from almost a year ago. You will see me at my worst health. Actually, it got worse than that. The next 6 months after that, it kept getting worse. So we're making progress. First word is family now. That's how it has to be. I would consider that. I would put that in the embodiment of self. Like, stop putting work first. Stop putting the Senpai Gaming channel first. That thing is killing me. Focus on things that are more important. Things like myself, things like my family. I have to. Things like finding passion in what I'm doing again. I gotta ask, which way is the beach? I'm not sure. It's either this way or it's this way. It could be the other directions. I'm not sure. It's one of those two ways though. Did that help? What's up, Nutty? How you doing, man? How you liking that secret project? Do that again? You'd like that, wouldn't you? Straight to horny jail. Scutless, thank you for the 20 months. Welcome back, man. Appreciate you. Any recommendations on an upcoming 1 month trip to Japan? How upcoming? Because I'm taking a 1 month trip to Japan. We just booked the flights this week. I have no idea what you're talking about. I thought you tweeted something about it or said something about it. Hold on. Something that might be in beta? Maybe it wasn't you. JK, maybe it wasn't you. Have you not tried the beta thing that's in a certain Discord? Do you think there's more room in the Stream Doctor YouTube content realm for a creator to thrive? That room is getting pretty saturated. There's definitely a ceiling for how many people are interested in that. Can I share with you some interesting insights about the channel and why another reason why I've needed a massive shift and why I really want to start the Harris Heller channel? The channel, for the most part, except for a couple, there's always a video that does better. There are videos that do worse. The views haven't changed in a couple years, which is fine. We get good views on the channel. The growth has almost stopped completely on the Senpai Gaming channel. Even back starting 7-8 months ago, the growth almost stopped. 2 years ago, we were getting 1,000 new subscribers a day. We're getting 30,000 subscribers a month. This last month was the first month we got less than 1,000 new subscribers in a month, which is pretty rough. That's a considerable, but the views are the same, meaning the audience is still interested, but the audience isn't growing. The bottom line is I just think that channel, it's a pretty niche channel. Senpai Gaming. The Senpai Gaming channel is the largest channel, the largest resource for streamers. The largest channel that is a resource for streamers. It just in terms of subscribership, right? And that's amazing, and I'm so grateful for that. And it blows my mind. We're at almost 700,000 subscribers. But it is a resource for people who want to live stream and want to see all the new gear and want to see all the new releases and all the new stuff, right? I think we've maxed out. I think we've hit everyone. The next largest channel in the same niche has like half the subscribers as we do, and that's not me trying to make fun of anyone. That's me saying that's how far this channel's advanced. That's how well this channel's done, and it's not growing anymore. I just think for the most part, we've hit almost everyone that's interested in that kind of content. So it's good, and the channel, the views are still there. People are still interested in the content. We're going to keep making the videos, but it is hard to be I can't keep pushing forward when we've hit a ceiling, And that ceiling where that ceiling is doesn't allow us to do the things that we want to do. There needs to be a slight shift. A big thing that I've shifted focus towards this year that I've kind of been hinting at a lot, and I've mentioned in some videos, is product building, product development. I'm so excited. We've got 2 or 3, maybe 4, 5 products that we're developing right now. Yeah, so 6. We're working on a lot of stuff. And I need those products. Those products can reach far beyond that audience. And it's important to me that I make a change in this industry, or in an industry that I'm interested in. And I want a channel that can reach further than, this is the channel that gives you tips for streaming. There's always gonna be, with that kind of stuff, there's always a limit. I'm giving you stuff, hopefully this is food for thought for you guys. Niching down dramatically increases the initial growth. If you find a niche that has a need for a certain, that needs something, and you can fulfill that need, and it's not being met, do that. But know that the maximum reach that you're gonna have with a niche is gonna be smaller. It's larger initial growth with lower potential. But sometimes with how saturated YouTube is, that's what you have to do. And I'm hoping I can use that as a springboard and continue to do it, continue to make videos on this channel. I'm working on one this weekend. But I can use that to springboard a personality-driven channel where I can go out and I can start to do the things that I want to do. A big new meta on YouTube, if we can talk about this, the new meta of large channels, and it has been this way a little bit for a while, but it's growing dramatically, is people who are doing things outside of their content, people who are accomplishing things, starting businesses, creating products, and then their YouTube channel is documenting that process. Right? I'd say a really good example of that is Gary Vee. Emma Chamberlain, who's kind of stopped posting, but for the most part, started a coffee company, was on the red carpet, all those things. These people who have personality-driven channels where the channel documents the process of what they're doing outside of content, if that makes sense. Do you believe in a high power? I'm a religious person, yeah. What brand is your t-shirt? These are True Classic Tees. Did you say Senpai? You should always send pie. Actually, right now, while I'm eating super clean and working out twice a day, please don't send any pie. Once you max out one niche, just find another niche? No, I think if you max out a niche, you have a springboard to jump into the harder content to make that has more potential, which is personality-driven content. I think there's a huge opportunity there. It's a scary jump because I've never really made content like that before. I've always tried to inject a lot of personality into the stuff that we do. What was that one? What was the one Elgato video where I unboxed it by ripping it? Oh, it was the Wave DX microphone. I ripped the box apart and spun the camera around and spit a GoPro out of my mouth. Which, by the way, I did actually film it with a GoPro in my mouth. If you saw that one, if you remember that one, I did actually film that with a GoPro in my mouth because I had no other way to mount it. I just had to do a clever cut. So I unboxed it with the GoPro in my mouth. And once I finished unboxing it, I turned my head really fast. And then I cut to this camera and continued turning it the same way towards myself and spit out the GoPro. So it was actually shot with the GoPro in my mouth, but the second half of that turn switched to this camera so then you could see the GoPro. I was so happy with that intro. Oh. Still gonna stream on all platforms? I plan on streaming on YouTube and Twitch and TikTok. Talus, thank you for the super chat. For someone looking to work on more IRL content, do you recommend upgrading? How long ago was this? This was 7 minutes ago. Hey, yo, Talus, I'm sorry it took me 7 minutes to call this out. I just noticed it. Says, do you recommend upgrading lenses for the A5100 or upgrading to full frame camera? Here's what I recommend. A lens is going to do... So bigger cameras, I mean, full frame, as long as it's good full frame does give you a better picture. But the A5100 has a great picture. For the most part, if you want the biggest bang for your buck in terms of upgrade, the lens has the biggest impact of quality on your footage. What you can do is you can pick up a lens that you know will work for your future full frame camera. So A5100 is an E-mount. This full frame camera, look at that, look at that full frame sensor in there. This full frame camera is also an E-mount. I can take an A50, in fact, let me demonstrate this. 1 second, guys, 1 second. Here is a crop sensor Sony camera. It is, you can see the sensor is smaller. Here, let me get my face out of focus. Sensor is smaller, it's a crop sensor. The mount, however, is still E-mount. So you could do something like pick up a lens that you know you're gonna want on your full frame system. I think this G-mount, or I mean this G16-35 PZ lens is a fantastic wide angle lens. It's not gonna be as wide on the crop sensor, so just know that while you're using it on the crop sensor, it will give you a 1.5x crop. But you can pick up a lens that you plan on using on your full frame camera, and you can use it. Do I have a battery in here? I do. Here, let's see what this shot looks like. Is this zoomed all the way out? There you go. It's really hard to aim. I'm looking at it in a camera that's mirrored. But this is, where are we at 120? Oh, because we're at 60 FPS, 1080 60. That's a good shot. That's a good angle, especially if I can throw on some kind of tripod like this to get a little bit further out. I mean, it's basically a 24 mil, but that's a good vlogging shot. That's not bad. And then what you do is when you're ready to upgrade to a fancy camera, if you know you want to upgrade, to full frame in the future, get a lens that you can use on both. And then when you upgrade to full frame, now look how much wider that is. Look how much more of me you get. This one might not be the best idea because you're basically getting like a 24 to 50 if you throw a 16 to 35 on there, which is a little bit rough to vlog with. Maybe you want, maybe your current lens for vlogging is fine. Maybe you want to get a more cinematic one. Maybe you want to get like a 35 mil. Maybe you want to get a 50 mil. 50 mil is awesome. Some of the cinematic lighting, I shoot videos in here. So I have a big old light right here and I got a light behind me. It's just the lighting that I use for everything. What's up with the good lighting? Why would you have good lighting? Is that what you're asking, Killhawk? What happened to your other setup in your stream room? I'm going to be using that to stream on Twitch this week. What happened to your gaming room? The 35F 1.2 from Sigma is a must for the ultimate cinematic experience. I didn't know they had an F 1.2. Maybe I did. I think I did look at that, but the lens it felt a little bit big. It was kind of an older lens. I'd have to look into that, see how the autofocus and stuff on that is. But yeah, 35 1.2 would be bonkers. I like this room. I do too. It's really chill. It's really dark. Yeah, it's a little bit of a cloudy day, so we're not getting a lot of light coming through the window, which is a bummer. I can turn on the lights. They just get a little distracting sometimes. Let me show you what the light looks like. The room looks like with some light in it. Thoughts? Which vlog tripod is that? This is the Mantis Pod. This is the first version. They've got a version 2 now that I look at them like, that'd be really nice. I wouldn't hate that. Yeah, I like the other version. The other way. So I can do this. I can go like, and that's it. It's kind of in between. But I think I like the other way better. Let me know. Again, once I finish getting the stuff on the walls and the stuff on the back wall, I'm gonna have some practical lights. Like I've got one up there that's not turned on. We'll have a little bit more lighting on the walls, it'll help. What's the mic we can hear you from right here? This is the Sennheiser MKH416, the one that we use for our YouTube videos. I found a way to do like a quick release thing where I can just pull it off this set and move it into another room if we need to. So it's a shotgun mic. It's a really fancy shotgun mic. Anyway, Talus, does that help at all? I'm not sure what lenses you're using right now, but I would look for lenses that you can use. If you ever plan on moving to full frame, pick up a lens now that you can use on your current camera, but that you can also use on your full frame when you upgrade. Looking to see if he's responded at any point during that whole conversation. ZV10, how do you like that camera? It's a good camera. It's a good camera. I haven't used it very much. I did that whole test on it so you guys could see if it was a good camera or not. And we've used it a couple times since then, but for the most part, I don't have a shortage of cameras, so I haven't ever really had to pick it up and use it. Do you put a clear coat on your nails that I've done color? No, they fall apart eventually, you can see. Here, see if I can cover my face. They fall off, and then I remove it and put a different color on for fun. I like being able to change it every once in a while, so I don't really protect them. Is that a fake plant? It is. It's not only a fake plant, but then it's also fake hanging plant that I've shoved into the other fake plant because the fake plant was really short. Fake plant only goes up to the top leaf up there. And then I was like, I'm gonna buy some strings of fake plant to squish into there. And then it's gonna look like one really long fake plant. And it does. It worked out. Hair Seller Senpai baby merch. Oh, we've joked about that. I just need to get merch figured out. I've had so many problems with merch. I've never had a decent merch situation. It's not at the top of my list. I'll be real with you. Merch is after I've made all the content changes I've wanted to change. Like, I don't think merch will come, for a couple reasons. I don't think merch will come until after I've made this shift and really started putting consistent content out on the Hair Seller channel. And then I'll release more Senpai merch. Just because, one, it's incredibly exhausting and I don't have the time for it. I can only do so many things at once. And I'm already doing like 3 massive things right now. But 2, it's just a question of, you know, how much will it sell, right? Versus how much the other projects we're working on, how well those do. I think the last 2 times we've done a merch drop, we've profited, and this isn't a complaint at all because this is great, but we've profited. I think our first one profited 10 grand, our second one profited 5 grand after the entire thing. And it's just like Streambeats makes that in a week. Like the 10 grand. Streambeats makes 10 grand in a week to 10 days. Was it worth the months of putting in effort into this thing? I need to build a brand that's worth, like build something that's worth making merch around. It needs to be a good idea that I'm proud of and builds that brand. It can't just be this, like I don't want to just release t-shirts just so people can buy t-shirts. I respect what 100 Thieves has done that has really put effort into their merch. And it builds a brand, but I need a brand that's worth building around. And I know that sounds like, you got Senpai. Like, a lot of what we're doing at Senpai is still like bootstrapping from the ground. I really, really want to build something amazing. And maybe what we'll do is maybe we'll release some merch, not expecting to make any money off of it, but we'll release something awesome that we're proud of, that people are proud to have, you know? Like, if I could release anything, it wouldn't be t-shirts and sweatshirts. If I could release anything, I'd want to release physical products. Like, I love that Peter McKinnon has his backpack and his ND filters. I think that's super awesome. And his camera tool. I love that LTT has their multi-tool. Like, stuff like that. I love that kind of stuff where it's like, this is not only something that you can have that's branded, that you're repping a logo, but it's solving problems in your home. You know, it's something you can use and it has value to it versus, yeah, let me buy another t-shirt. This stream looks like a whole cinematic movie, dude. I just bought an anamorphic. I just almost called it anthropomorphic. An anamorphic lens. It's coming in on Friday. I'm gonna try streaming with that. We're gonna see how that looks. You plan on upgrading your current PC anytime soon? Not really. It's got a 3090 in it. I'm pretty pumped about it. It does everything I need it to do. Well, I don't really think I need to do that. What lens are you using now? This is the Sony 20mm f1.8 with an ND filter on it. If I took the ND filter off, this whole thing would be completely blown out. Hey, it's cold. I need a hoodie. That solves my issue. I do actually really want to sell good hoodies. I want to sell a good hoodie. Again, not just a hoodie with something printed on the back. I want to sell a good hoodie. Like one of my favorite hoodies, I have this Mickey Mouse hoodie. It's what I'm wearing in the banner of this channel. It's got ears on it. I love that hoodie. It is the softest, most like just this beautiful pure white. It's so unique. It's not like Disney on the front, like the little straps, little hood straps say Mickey Mouse on it, and it's got ears, which is hysterical. But I love that it feels like a premium hoodie. That's what I use, Prime G Master. No, it's just a G. It's just a G lens. The 24 is the G Master, but the 20 is just a G. I've got so many cameras and lenses on my desk. What's wrong with me? Why do I do this to myself? Watch this. Ready? Okay. Sony. Here, hold on a sec. We're gonna. There we go. That helps a little bit. Okay, Sony A1 with a Sigma 85mm. Here is the Sony G 16-35 PZ lens. Here's their 16-35 2.8 G Master. Here is. Here's the FX3. I don't know why I put that right in front of my face. The FX3 with the 12-24 G Master, and then here is an A7S3 with a 35mm G Master. Oh, and here's the ZV-E10. This is not supposed to be a flex. This is me trying to figure out what's wrong with me. I need help. And I've got another lens coming in the mail. I'm putting these back on the shelf. And don't forget this guy. You guys ever seen a lens like this? Seen these probe lenses? These are crazy. We've shot a couple pieces of B-roll on that. You're just a gearhead? Dude, I love gear. I do love gear. I check tech sites and rumor sites multiple times a day. Just like, when are they gonna come out with this lens? When are they gonna come out with this lens? When are they gonna come out with this camera? When are they gonna add this feature to their next camera? What are your thoughts on getting the ZV-E10 over an A6400 for streaming with a Sigma lens? Yeah, I would suggest the ZV-E10. It's a fantastic camera. Let me fix this again. ZV-E10 is fantastic. You can donate it to me. I know. That's every time I do that, they're like, "Oh, you have too many cameras. Why don't you donate one?" Don't you understand? I use all of them. I use them. Like, it's frustrating. Like, I take a look at the ZV-E10 and I'm like, this is a great camera. And I've only used it a couple times. But the couple times I have used it, I have needed it. There we go. I was trying to get that lens to go back in. I've been so happy I had it. If I got rid of it, I'd want to shoot a video and be like, I don't have it anymore. I don't have it anymore. I got rid of it. Why did I get rid of it? I heard the ZV-E10 is made for vlogging, but has poor stabilization. So yeah, I haven't really used the stabilization in it that much. Does it have, it has optical steady shot. Does it have active steady shot? I don't actually know. Let me see. It's got active. No, it feels pretty good. It might punch in, it looks like it punches in quite a bit. That's a pretty sturdy punch in for a sensor that's already cropped. So that might be the main problem. It's also got a pretty bad rolling shutter. But I mean, in general, when you go APS-C and you go, you know, I would call this a somewhere between entry level and mid-tier camera. You're not gonna have those things perfect. That's the way it is. If you want to get those things perfect, you got to pay at least $2,000. What's your favorite video game right now? I really enjoy playing Apex Legends with friends. I was talking with a buddy last night. I need to find a good game that I can just relax and play by myself. I think that needs to be a part of my 2023 journey, is finding a game that I can just enjoy by myself. Any plans of getting back to gaming? Yeah. I mean, and the most part, I don't game for two reasons. One, I don't have a lot of time. And two, I tend to not game by myself. I tend to turn, like, my games have been planning sessions with friends. Like, hey, you want to work on this, you know, talk about this upcoming thing while we play some Apex? That's kind of been our thing. Elite Dangerous in VR. I mean, is that a horror thing? That sounds like a horror thing. Elite Dangerous? That's what I need to relax, is I need a horror game in VR. Kill me. How's your fitness goal going so far? It's coming. It's coming. I've only lost like 5 pounds over the last 5 months of working out twice a day, but I think I've put on a ton of muscle, so I'm okay with it. Thoughts on the new Harry Potter game? I've hardly even seen anything about it. I might take a look at it though. The next stream. Hey, let's talk about one last thing. The next stream on Twitch. I'm going live on Twitch once or twice this week. It'll be in the other room. It'll be in the stream room. What? I'm trying to figure out what I want to do on those streams. The just chatting stuff always worked the best. But like, I'd like to do stuff on them. I'd like to have some fun, maybe start gaming, do some story gaming and stuff. Maybe I'll find, like, here's an interesting tidbit of knowledge for those of you who don't know. Before the channel took off, before the Twitch channel took off, and I'd streamed for 4 years for 15 people, right? 10 people. I remember if I got into the double digits, I was pumped. And it was like that for years. And then I started playing Pokemon Let's Go, right around the time the YouTube channel started picking up a bit. And I remember one day, playing Pokemon Let's Go and we were shiny hunting. And because I could focus so much on the chat, and it was so engaging, I was able to answer respond and basically talk with chat the whole time, like it was just chatting. It was just chatting with a game going on. It was like, I remember getting up to 40 viewers and being like, what is, one of the videos had it wasn't like the big jump in the game on the YouTube channel yet, but like, it started to get some traction. People had started coming to follow, but people were staying. And so I'd gotten up to 40 viewers. It was big. And so I'd like to find stuff like that I can do. Maybe I find some story-driven games. I don't know, do you guys have any suggestions? Maybe it's stuff like play guitar. Maybe it's, someone said build stuff? I don't know what I'd build. It's not really a building space. It's hard to interact playing shooters. It's really hard to interact playing shooters. Chat comes second in shooters. I should set up a stream setup in the workout room. And, dude, I've been wanting to get, have you guys seen the tonal machine? Have you seen those? What's the difference between GPU and RAM? I can't. I feel like there's a different answer for everyone. And I'm gonna get canceled. What is it? When Kenzie made up this joke, what she said, I can't GPU my dick in your butt, is what she said. And that's what we bleeped. Unfortunately, you bleeped so much that it ruins the context, but that's what that's what she said to me. I can't GPU my dick in your butt. Oh my gosh. Family-friendly stream. Definitely not gonna have any problem with kids watching this stream. What do your 2-a-days look like? I lift weights in the morning, and then I Peloton in the late afternoon, early evening. So I'm actually probably gonna go do that in just a hot minute. We're gonna move on from that joke though, and I would like to apologize for Kenzie because this is her fault. But no, I do. So I have a 7-day split. So starting on Sunday, I do chest, then back, then abs, then shoulders, then biceps, then triceps, then abs, and that's 7 days. And then Sunday, I start over. And I don't do legs because my legs are constantly burnt from the Peloton, and I've had the most gains on my legs. I Peloton 30 minutes a day. I've Peloton 10 days in a row now. I missed yesterday. I needed a break. I'd done 10 days straight. I needed a break. My legs are getting sore. But like, I'm Pelotoning 20 days a month, 25 days a month. My legs have never had more gains. How about the occasional cooking streams? I'd have to set up a whole stream setup upstairs. I'd have to learn how to cook. I'm a terrible cook. I also have a hard time doing leg workouts because they put so much pressure on your lower back, and I have lower back problems. It's just part of being 34. There goes your monetization. No, we're all right. We've been streaming for an hour and 40 minutes. It's as long as it's not in the first 15 minutes, I'm okay. You're allowed one dirty joke a month. Technically, it was Kenzie's joke, so I'm still good for that one. You always say you need to learn a new skill. My new skill has been After Effects. I don't think you guys want to see After Effects work. That is not fun to watch. Are you talking to your AirPods or talking into the shotgun mic up here? I'm just using the AirPod for hearing the music. Because I don't know why I'm doing that though. I shouldn't be. Let me actually set up a button on my Stream Deck to switch between the speakers and the AirPods. Chotto mate kudasai. Is it that? No. Hardware action? Toggle output device. There we go. Primary, secondary, candy pods. Love that. Love that. Whoa. Although music just stopped. Hold on, I gotta set a play button up there. How's that? Doesn't sound like it's really picking up in the mic, so we should be okay to do that. Music stopped, that's because I took it. Why can't I not pick these up? That's because I pulled my headphones out, so it just automatically stopped the music. How's the music volume? I've got it pretty low on my end. I'll have you know, sir, I love After Effects work. That makes one of you. What's going on with Senpai Animation? We're working on a product right now. We're working on a music video that I think you guys are gonna love. And we're working on a product that's coming out at the end of this year that I think will completely change an industry. And then we have a version 2 or 3 prepped for it that will completely change another, like literally, okay. I don't want to hype this up. This is a secret for all 117 people in here right now, okay? Music come down a little bit. It's good to know. If we can do this right, this could be the product that makes the kind of impact that I've always wanted to make with a product. I'm very, very excited. I'm mostly talking about the evolution after the first product, but the first product is already going to be impactful. The second one is going to be like the first one's going to like change a core industry. Second version of it is going to change a massive industry, like the foundational industry. I'm so excited. I know I'm being really cryptic right now, and that's super annoying, and I don't want to hype anyone up in case because I could be wrong, but I'm so excited about what we're doing. Something about restreaming? I don't think that'll have quite the impact that I'm talking about. That's coming out like end of this month. We got something exciting. That's also big. It's not like completely dismantle an industry big, but it's pretty big. You guys should be excited about it. This year, my entire focus is building products. Really, I'm making YouTube videos for 2 reasons. I'm making YouTube videos to, one, continue the revenue that I need in order to do this. I'm paying for all these things out of pocket. So to continue the revenue, and to continue the relevancy in the space. Like if I release an amazing product and I have the reach that I have right now, it's gonna be so much easier to get that in the hands of as many people as possible. That's marketing built into it. The second thing is, I know I've got 3 fingers up. The 2 are kind of first combined. Revenue and relevancy to basically keep up what I've got right now, to be able to even make it and make it worth it. The second one is I wanna enjoy the creation process again. Physical products, software products, I always emphasize software products. Physical product manufacturing is a whole different beast that I don't want to get into. Software development, if you can make something, I mean, it's easier to cut corners on, which I'm not saying that because that's what I like about it. I'm saying that's the deficit, the downside to it. But if you can come up with an impactful product and find a way, like you can't monetize free with hardware. Like StreamBeats is free. You can't do that with hardware. You can't give away something for free. It's always gonna cost money. Digitally, you can monetize free. You can do all those kind of things. You can be more clever and creative. You can be, in my opinion, you can be more impactful with software. At least without having massive amounts of capital behind you. If you want to make impactful hardware, you have to have millions and millions of dollars. The software, you need a good idea and a good team, and then you can do it. One sec, my sister asked me an important question. Stream Beats DVDs for older cars. What does that even mean? You mean Stream Beats CDs? Like sell physical CDs so you guys can put them in your cars? I'd make those and like 3 people would buy them. It would be really cool to make that like a limited. Actually, I've been wanting to make vinyls. Maybe when we maybe that can be something that we do when we release like some big singles. Like once this is starting to reach, once we have the infrastructure and start to get the reach that we've been wanting to get, we've got some big things coming out for Stream Beats. Some big software things coming out for Stream Beats over the next couple months. Very, very excited about it. Maybe when we get those out, and so we have the a little bit of a higher ceiling for doing cool stuff, maybe we try releasing some vinyls. See how that works. I've been talking about it for years. It's just one of those things. Like I've got no extra time. That's why I haven't streamed the last month. I haven't had a spare moment to stream in the last month. I'd buy a Stream Beats white vinyl with the logo on it. That'd be so gnarly. Would you want just like a vinyl with a ton of lo-fi on it, or would you want the vinyl with like all the singles on it, you know? Or would you want like a Christmas vinyl? Maybe we do all these? Do we like, what do we, I don't know. People who are really serious about software should make their own hardware. What was the context of that quote? Who's Alan Kay? A lo-fi with a ton of vinyl on it. I don't know what you mean by a ton of vinyl on it. Like a ton of songs on the vinyl? I don't know what a ton of vinyl means. The rock vinyl. Maybe, okay, here's the deal. I've been really, I said this earlier in the stream. I've been really wanting to write the metal album myself. I want Stream Beats metal, and I want to be I want to be the one playing the guitar and writing it. I haven't written music in forever, and so I'm afraid it'll be terrible. And in order for me to be good enough to start writing, I need to like start picking up the guitar for hours a day. Do you understand? Like, I'm like, oh, Stream Beats metal, that'd be sick. Okay, first I gotta do this, then I gotta do this, then I gotta do this, then I gotta do this. Then I can start writing the metal album. And I'm like, I can't do all that. This is the problem I have. But I really want to do that. That's been one of my things this year that I want to do, is I want to start writing music again. Maybe I just need to write like a riff a day. Maybe that's something I do for an hour every day, is just write a riff. That needs to be like a part of my meditative mornings, is just playing guitar and writing riffs. And then if we do that, maybe I'll make the metal vinyl. But here's the thing, I feel like the metal, like as proud of it as I'll be, I feel like the audience for metal, I mean, does a metal audience, do they have vinyl players? Is that a thing? Do metalheads buy vinyl? I feel like it's more of a hipster thing. Like I feel like the lo-fi or like Christmas would be a much better vinyl. Do we do it anyway? Just as like a really cool branding thing? Like that the people who want it can get it? I don't know. Can I tell you what I've really wanted to do? And I know I'm making myself really vulnerable here, and I understand why, by the way. Any complaints about this will not fall on deaf ears, because I hate how scammy the Web3 and NFT. Like, I view Web3 and NFT as an amazing, like, so much cool potential, but it also has so much potential to turn into scams, and 90% of the entire space is scams. Maybe even more than that. It makes me sad. Makes me sad, because what I would love to do, as someone who collected Pokemon cards and Dragon Ball Z cards and loved, like, the collector in me wants to sell a vinyl that comes with a collectible NFT that is on a blockchain that requires no no crazy energy, right? It's not burning crazy fossil fuels, and it didn't cost anything. There's no rug pull, because it's not about the value. It's about owning it. It's not about buying it and it going up in value and trading. It's about owning a collectible. That's what excites me about it. And it bums me out that it's turning into a giant scam thing. Like when 100 Thieves did their NFT that they dropped and it was free and they just gave it away. That was so cool. I love that. I have it. I picked it up. I want to do, that's the kind of stuff I want to do. When I hear NFT, I hear scam, and for good reason. That's what the vast majority of them are. I'm 100% on board with that mentality, because it is. NFTs were always a scam thing, but they don't have to be, is the point. There's potential to do really cool things. And there have been times when cool things have been done, you know? That's the thing, I bet you could do it. I bet it could be done. I bet you could utilize the technology without broadcasting, it's an NFT, you know? Don't forget to hydrate. I gotta get some water after this. That's a good point. Anyway, that's just a thought. Like, I'd love to sell vinyl and have a digital collectible come along with it. I would love that. That would be so cool. But then, you know, a lot of people have to set up crypto wallets and they're like, ugh, Harris is getting into crypto. Harris is getting into NFTs. He's gonna scam people. Like, when that's not a part of it at all. Get a beacon mic, I got a beacon mic. Do I get a Mix Create or a Stream Deck Plus? Ooh, I've never tried pairing a Stream Deck or a beacon mic with the Stream Deck Plus. The Stream Deck Plus is definitely more versatile than the Mix Create, 100%. It is a better, I would say it's a better product than the Mix Create. You can do 100 times more with it. The Mix Create is purely a controller for your audio device. But the mic already has all the software built into it, so it's just a controller for that, which is kind of a bummer. Versus the Stream Deck, which can do everything. But can you control? You can. You could. Okay, here's my thought. You could utilize the Beacon mic and all its software in there and put on all the effects and all the things that it's good at and then output it into the Wavelink software and use the Stream Deck Plus. That's probably what I'd do. Should make a hairstyle or trading card game? I've had a couple people, I've had a couple companies like try to start trading card games. And it always comes across really scammy, even though it's not NFTs, it comes across really scammy. And I'm always like, I'm not interested in this. I don't think anybody's interested in this. And then it never catches on. Anyway, that was me being vulnerable for a second and really hoping that it doesn't turn into a giant fight and that I don't get canceled. Because the complaints around the NFT space are 100% valid. It makes me so upset to see how someone took a really cool, like how all these people took really cool technologies and they ended up just using them to scam. Such a bummer. Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park did a cool NFT called Wind Chime that's an interactive beat maker. Oh, that's neat. I'll check that out. You brought up crypto, and the chat's gonna be all about crypto. I know, I did this to myself. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna go drink some water and go get to work on the next Senpai gaming video. Get that and a couple of other secret things. Maybe that'll be coming out this week. Should be coming out this week. We're gonna start posting some serious shorts this week, some gear shorts. Like just a gear short almost every day. We've already got 5 unlisted ready to go. It just needs one more thing to finish it up. Anyway, I love you guys. RCP2 has submixes, like actual volume submixes. Do they use the Unify app? Tweet at me about it. I want to see how it's done because I haven't looked into it. Anyway, love you guys. Have an awesome one. Thank you for coming to my first stream back since Christmas. It's been great. See you guys sometime this week on Twitch. Have a good one. Peace.